March 17th, also known as St. Patrick's Day, is a day with a rich history and many significant events. Here are 10 historical events that took place on March 17th. 432 St. Patrick dies. St. Patrick, the patron saint of Ireland, died on March 17th. He is credited with bringing Christianity to Ireland and is celebrated every year on St. Patrick's Day. 461 St. Patrick's Day becomes an official feast day. St. Patrick's Day was officially recognized as a feast day in the Catholic Church by Pope Gelasius I. 1762 First St. Patrick's Day Parade in New York. The first St. Patrick's Day Parade was held in New York City by Irish soldiers serving in the British Army. 1776 British evacuate Boston. During the American Revolutionary War, British troops evacuated Boston, which was under siege by the Continental Army. 1861 Italian unification proclaimed. The Kingdom of Italy was proclaimed, unifying various states and territories into one nation under King Victor Emmanuel II. 1891 The first submarine tested. The first submarine was tested in the United States by its inventor, John Holland. This marked a significant step in naval technology and warfare. 1921 Irish War of Independence begins. The Irish War of Independence began with an attack on British troops in Dublin by the Irish Republican Army. The conflict lasted until 1922 and led to the establishment of the Irish Free State. 1959 The Dalai Lama flees Tibet. The Dalai Lama, the spiritual leader of Tibet, fled his country after a failed uprising against Chinese rule. He has been in exile ever since. 1973 The Vietnam War ends. The last American troops were withdrawn from Vietnam, effectively ending the Vietnam War. The conflict had lasted for over a decade and resulted in the deaths of millions of people. 2011 Syrian civil war begins. Protests against the government of Syrian President Bashar al-Assad began in the city of Dara, leading to a civil war that has continued to this day. The conflict has resulted in the deaths of hundreds of thousands of people and the displacement of millions. These 10 historical events that occurred on March 17th have had a significant impact on the world in different ways. From the death of St. Patrick to the beginning of the Irish War of Independence and the start of the Syrian Civil War, these events have shaped history and continue to influence the world today. Additionally, the celebration of St. Patrick's Day around the world has become a symbol of Irish culture and heritage, as well as a way for people of all backgrounds to come together and celebrate.